Good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Kozlovic, and I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor from Australia. Welcome to Creating Your Memories. Today I want to share with you another simple idea that you can use up your scraps. We all have a lot of scraps, different sizes, different lengths. So today I'm going to show you an idea using the circle cutter and then using your scraps. So this first one that I have here is from an old collection that's called Picture This. So as you can see, I've used my scraps and I've created a circle and then added my scraps onto that. And I've just added the one photo, a couple of stickers, embellishments, and a quote there. And on the other sample that I have made is with sun rays for days. With this one, I actually made a smaller circle. With this Picture This one, it was a bigger circle, and I found that my strips were a little bit longer than what my page was, so then I downsized the circle to make it fit a lot better. I'm not saying that it doesn't look good, but it just meant that when I placed the circle back onto my 12 by 12 cardstock, I had to trim off the edges. So going back to Sun Rays for Days, as I said, I've made this circle a little bit smaller. I think I made that one at 9 inches down to around about 9.5 inches. And then I've added my scraps. I've added a border sticker strip in the middle there, just one photo, little journaling box. So the collection that I will be using today, which I have a few scraps from, the collection I am using today is Serene Waters. The cardstock is Deep Sea Green. Just get this up. So as you can see, I have my scraps here, all different sizes, lengths, etc. here. So what I've previously done before filming this video today, I've actually cut them different widths or the same widths that they were and different lengths. I'm not sure how many I have there. I might need to cut some more, but we'll see how we go. So just putting this one aside. So on the other two, I created my circle using white cardstock. I thought I might blend it in with the background of the Deep Sea Green and using the same cardstock to create my circle. So to begin, I'm going to bring in my circle maker and I'm going to put it at the 9 inches, which is the white bar, the white numbers down the bottom there where you can see the blade. So then I'm going to line up my cardstock on my 13 by 13 inch mat. And I'm going to center the circle maker in the middle of my cardstock. So making sure that these 2 points are at your 6s, and these points here that you can see on either side of your circle maker are the black lines, which also line up with your 6s. So this is like lining it up with a cross. So making sure that is all lined up. So then I'm going to push down, get my blade, and I'm going to do my biggest circle first. So I'm just going to hold on, loosen the white knob, and I'm going to take it halfway between the 8 and the 9. So then I'll do that back up, still holding down that position, and then I'll cut again. Taking it around. Now that I've completed my cutting, I'm just going to lift that up, making sure all bits are trimmed. Must have got caught on that little end there. And down here. So I'm just going to get my multi-purpose scissors and just trim that up. because this is going to be covered with my scraps, it's not going to be a big issue, but it's obviously that I never pushed down hard enough at that back end, or I should have just gone around it one more time. So just putting that aside. So now that I have my 9-inch ring, so my next step is I'm going to bring in more of my scraps. And all I'm going to do now is a matter of working out which side, which colours that you would like to do. So I've just got my repositional tape, and I've just put a little bit going around. So then I'll just fold this in half. And then putting it on. Something similar to the other scrap one I did about a month ago. Same sort of thing, but I did that one in a square. So this one is actually something similar, but in the circle. So I'm just going to continue to go around, just sorting out my scraps, seeing which color combination that you would like to set it up. So as I said, it doesn't have to be any certain size or width of your designer paper. It could be any. So I'm just putting down a little bit more tape. So as I'm going around, as you can see, I'm just joining the top ends together, and then you have that little gap in between. That's another reason why I decided to use the same cardstock, is that when it's laid down on my page, my backgrounding, you won't be able to see the different colors. It's all just going to blend in. So I'm just going to continue around for the whole circle. Just alternating the colours and changing them around. So as I'm going around, as you can see, it's making a nice effect. So just keep adding your repositional. Repositional tape is better to use. That way, if you do decide that you don't want a colour beside another colour, you can actually lift that up and change it over to something else. So your strips can actually be, you know, the smaller strips that I have here are probably half an inch, and my bigger width strips probably go up to 1.5. So I'm just going to continue around until I complete the whole circle. These layouts are also great, you know, if you have that one single photo and you're struggling to find a layout that you would look nice, or a design page layout that you think that might look good. We always have those one photos, so this could be an option for that, and it's also a great way of using up your scraps. So as you can see, as I'm going around, it's starting to come together. So we'll just continue until we get right around. just folding that in half and placing it on. Trying to alternate the colours. If not, just go back through your scraps and cut some more different colours to add on. So we're coming up to the end. So we've just got a couple more to add. So probably able to fit a little thin piece in there. So just coordinating my colours to see if I've got something different. So I might just bring in the 12-inch trimmer and trim this one to 1/2 inch. And then putting it in the middle, might go this way. So slotting that last piece in there. So that's our ring. The next step that I did to make it hold down and make it sit was just going around and just putting a small dab of repositional tape in the back of each tag, so when it was time to place it down on your backing paper, it sits nicely. It's not going to sit up. So just going around to each one. You just need a small amount, it's not a lot. A few more to go. Now, as you can see, it's nice and flat and firm, so when I do place it onto the cardstock, you can see how well it settles down and sits down on the background. And placing the circle ring with the tags, you can see how well those colours with the deep sea green cardstock, how well those colours bring out in the Serene Waters. So the next step that I did on previous layouts is I got my multi-purpose scissors. This one's a little bit offline, so if they are a little bit out of place, just lift them and re-stick them down, so that I know that all my tags are not going to be overlapping on my base. So now I'm just going to bring in those scissors and I'm just going to cut them into like a triangle for as a tag. This is optional. You might just want to leave yours straight, or you could use another, oh, it's hard to say, I guess a tag punch. You could always do this before placing your squares down. So I'm just going around, flagging each tag that I've placed on the ring. So I'll continue this for each tag. So we're nearly at the end. Got a couple more to cut. So when you're cutting the tags like this, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, that was the last one. So now I'll just get rid of these scraps. So our next step is to put some tape runner on the back, and we're going to place these down on our backing page. So I've probably just gone to every second one or with that tape runner. So now just positioning your ring now onto your backing page to how you would like your colours to sit. So I might turn mine. I do it like so. So now I'm just going to push that down. So this is another great way of using up your scraps, is doing the ring and then doing little flags, as previously I showed you on the sun rays for days. So for the next on this, the other option you can do, you might want to do 2 4x4 photos. You might want to do, you know, like just the one 6x4. You can just have it, or you might want to have it vertical. And the other option is doing a couple of 4x4 photos. You can have them down on one side or overlapping as so. You can still put some stickers or embellishments or a quote or a saying, and then you can place your title on that also. As I've done this one a little bit different, I've used the variety mat and I've used the sticker as a title, and then adding that border strip in the middle there. So they are some other little options that you can do, is 4x4, your 6x4. You could also try and do a 6x4 and adding a 4x4, and that way it's still giving you the look and design of using up your scraps. So this is another way of using up those scrap pieces that we all have lying around from different collections. You might want to have a try of this. You might want to add collections together, which also will make a great layout. This completes using up your scraps today. If there's any questions or comments, I'm happy to answer. Please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, happy scrapping.